it's Laynie and welcome to the channel. How are you guys doing today? Leave it down below. I love hearing from you. If you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so stinking much. Really, it means the world to me. There are ways there to wrap up the year than finishing out my empties drawer. My gosh, I cannot be carrying this junk into the new year. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Products I have finished up or discarded up. So if you love beauty content, fragrance content, and some lifestyle content, make sure you click the subscribe button. Join the fam. You won't regret it. Now let's just get started, okay? Okay. Alrighty, this will be in no particular order. I do see a couple lotions, so I will grab both of those. The Love Beauty and Planet Shea Butter in vitamin E. I received this in Influencer along with the vitamin C one. I did not love the vitamin C one. I don't know, there was something about the texture of it. It left my skin a little tacky and I don't like that on my body. You know, on my face, sure, because it helps my makeup stay, but on my body, I don't want to feel tacky. Now this one was really nice and very hydrating. A nice kind of soft creamy scent, kind of your typical nice lotion scent. So I did like this. Would I repurchase? Possibly. I picked up the EOS in the Fresh and Cozy scent because I saw someone recommend it online. You have to love fragrance to like the EOS lotions because all the ones I have tried are super fragrant, like super duper, almost perfumey, okay? This one is a very musky, kind of fresh, but there's also kind of like this, it's like a warm muskiness. Let's see, does it say what it smells like? You're gonna hear all kinds of noise upstairs because I got a house full of people right now. So my apologies, but we live here. I don't know exactly what the notes are. Honestly, this is almost masculine. Honestly, like it's real close. And that's why it was off-putting to me at first because it wasn't what I was expecting because it is a little masculine. But the more I wore it, the more I came to like it, and it does smell, it kind of makes feminine fragrances a little intriguing because it brings out that little bit of masculine touch in there. A couple other body products in here. One I'm obsessed with. This is the Salt Air Santal Bloom Body Oil. I also really like the deodorant. But the Salt Air Body Oil is one of the best oils I've used. It's very luxe and rich and almost velvety. You have to like a floral, jasmine-y, warm, ambery kind of scent. I really like this one. I've also got the Pink Beach body wash. That scent is not my favorite. It's kind of just your typical summery coconutty thing. This to me is a very luxe, expensive, bougie smelling product that I like to pair with my floral perfumes. I would repurchase this oil, but they're so often sold out. I would love to see them do just like a straight up vanilla. That would be amazing. While talking about Salt Air, I did use up an unscented of their deodorant. I also really do love the Santal Bloom deodorant. This is a BHA deodorant. I think that, or is it? Oh, AHA, excuse me. AHA deodorant. I really like this. These deodorants are always sold out, and my only other complaint is the ones I got in leaked really bad. Like this leaked inside my drawer here, so for that reason, I have switched over to another brand. I hope they fix the packaging because honestly, this is one of the best deodorants I have found. Tree Hut Vanilla Body Scrub. Love this. This is one of the best affordable body scrubs out there. The vanilla was really good. I really enjoyed it. Right now I'm using the Tropical Glow one, but I would definitely repurchase the vanilla because it's just such a nice, yummy, cozy scent that pairs well with everything. Vanilla goes with everything. This is the other one. This is the brand I'm talking about, Courteous Sport. I bought a duo pack of these as well. This is the deodorant I have a backup of for when I finish up my other Salt Air. I go between the two. I think this works basically as well, but I don't like the packaging. Like it gets to where like there's more in there, but it gets to this point where it's really hard to get it out because it is like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's so long, but like when you're rolling it under here, all the product goes to the bottom and you can't get it to come out on your armpits. So, Pixi Glow Tonic to Go. I really enjoy these. It's an easy thing to pop on to make them pores nice and clean and tight. A couple tools I want to mention. I've talked about them before. This is the Huda Beauty Little Powder Puff. You can get cheapies on Amazon. I really do think this does a great job of getting under the eyes and the pore areas where I really struggle to pack that powder in. And then Stands Out Beauty Sponge, favorite, have repurchased. I'm using it right now. It's upstairs in my beauty case. I've been using the Eva NYC products, and I do like them, but I am considering switching it up, and I'll tell you why in a second. I have the Main Magic 10-in-1 Split and Mender with argan oil, the Main Magic 10-in-1 Primer, and the Eva NYC Freshen Up Dry Shampoo, also with argan oil. So I think the Main Magic Split and Mender is a little heavy for my hair. I can't lie. It makes it a little heavy, a little greasy. I do have fine hair. I like the spray-in product for right out of the shower. Kind of detangles. Use it as a heat protectant. I love that it's multi-purpose. But again, if I do too much, I feel like this has so much argan oil in the brand that if I just go like one spray too much, it makes my hair greasy really fast. Bunch of foundation products in here. Now some of these I used up, some of these I did not use up because it was just time to declutter. e.l.f. Halo Glow, awesome, amazing product. I have one right now that my friend gave me, and this was the one I used up. I've been using as well the OG that this was based off of. Why am I blanking? Hollywood Filter. This is so comparable, and for the price you really cannot beat it. And I like the wand a lot more on the e.l.f. Halo Glow than the Hollywood Filter. The Hollywood Filter wand is too narrow. Glowish. I think this is a beautiful, is it a foundation? Multi-Dew Skin Tint. It's honestly got quite a bit of coverage, but it is quite glowy. I feel like I have to pair it with something a little bit more matte, or make sure I go in with a good powder because it's very glowy, but it is really pretty and it does a great job of smoothing my pores, which I really love. The Pretty Natural by Essence, this was really not my favorite. It was so light coverage, it just wasn't my thing. The Super Stay Skin Tint. I did like this, but I felt like it looked a little heavy on my skin. I kind of mixed it around with other things. I didn't hate it, but I don't remember it sticking out in my mind like, oh my gosh, I have to repurchase. Where this one stuck out in my head like, oh my gosh, I have to repurchase. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus in Dewy. And honestly, for $5, this is a stunning foundation in my opinion. It makes my pores super smooth. And it says dewy, but it's not like too much. It's not glowy, it's not greasy. It just has a nice youthful glow to it. I think this is an incredible foundation. Like, this is a must-have to me. The Wet n Wild Photo Focus Stick. It reminds me quite a bit of the Hourglass, which is a really pretty finish, but I have found with both products, if I put too much, it can look very mask-like on, but for like $5, really, it's fun to play with, and the stick is fun to kind of like draw all over your face with. You can have a moment. It's a good time. The Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting. I got this in Influencer. It is a really pretty foundation, like really pretty. It does a good job of smoothing. There's a lot of coverage. And the Radiant, it's not really like too radiant at all. Like today I'm far more glowy with what I have on than this ever is on my skin, but it is high end, and I'm just kind of on a budget in 2024, so I can't say I would probably go out of my way to purchase this when there's things like the Wet n Wild that are so good for $5. The God, I can't talk today. Shiseido Synchro Skin. Okay, that is a tongue twister. That's a lot of S's there. This is a soft blurring primer. It does a good job. It is a good product, honestly, but again, it's high end. I can't see myself running out to repurchase it when there are affordable things that do a crazy good job. This is the Active Blur Mineral Primer by Joa, and honestly, this is exactly like the Hourglass Mineral Veil. It is so smoothing. If you had deep skin though, I do think it would leave a white cast. I think your makeup would totally get rid of that. Like, I don't think the white cast is going to stick around, but like when you first put it on, it might kind of catch you off guard, like, whoa, I look like a ghost. There is a cast there, but I've never noticed it like really coming through my makeup. If you have deep skin though, and it does do that for you, please let us know down below. I would love others to have firsthand experience, okay? Couple blushes that I just decided to get rid of because I wasn't using them a lot, and I also, one, I use more than others, but also I kind of have this thing with cream blush and it feeling kind of gunky after a while. The Perk Up wow. Brain Lips Work Cheek and Lip Color by Morphe. I just didn't love it. Like, the color was pretty, but I don't know, it just wasn't my favorite. Something about it. I really can't put my finger on it, but I just didn't love it. I'm really a powder blush girl, and I need to accept that and stop buying cream blushes because I always go back to my tried and true powders. I do like the look of the e.l.f. cream blush, and this is in the shade Bora Bora, which is really pretty, like a very bubblegummy pink. But there's just something about them that I feel like they get gunky so fast, and this is why I need to stop buying them, because I start to see it look like this, where I see like my other makeup building up in there and little hairs and brush fibers, and I'm like, I don't want to use it anymore. So I just need to stop buying them. I just know this. It happens every time. The Alamar Cosmetics Blush Trio, got this like a long time ago in, I think, like BoxyCharm. But honestly, some of the most stellar blushes I've ever used. Love that. And her eyeshadows are fantastic. And then Petal Pusher by ColourPop. Such a pretty color. It looks almost purpley in the pan, but it goes on quite baby doll pink. Such a good blush. I would definitely get this again. Honestly, if you were on a budget, the quality in this is so good. You have great tones in here. You have your kind of highlight shade, and I would use that on the bridge of my nose or inner corner. You have like a soft bronzer, a deeper bronzer, and then a real contour. This is honestly really good for really cheap. I have repurchased. I would repurchase. Better Than Sex Foreplay. I got this in Influencer, and I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Like, I didn't give it rave reviews. It does its job. It definitely bulks up the lashes. You get more volume. You get more length before you go in with your mascara. But my biggest complaint was it's really hard to get off. Like, it is like really hard to get off, and I just am not about that anymore. Like, I want my mascara to just come off when I'm washing my face at the end of the night. I don't want to fight it. This one you have to fight. It is like glue on your lashes. So a lip gloss that I forced myself to use for a while because I didn't want to be wasteful, but I hated it. This is the Wishful Gloss Balmy thingy, and it was some honey something, right? This smelled so gross. And I love honey. I love the scent of honey. I love the taste of honey. This smelled like crayons. The e.l.f. Camo Corrector, honestly pretty darn good. Anything in this camo line I find myself really drawn to. My tried and true concealer is Camo Concealer. Lip oil, I love the NYX Fat Lip Oil. So good. And this is in the shade, I don't know, it's rubbed off. I don't know, it rubbed off, but I loved the shade, loved the application, loved the way it feels. But I've recently, oh wait, this is not it. This is ColourPop. I've recently in my to-go bag, I say to-go bag because I have a diaper bag, right, that I take with me everywhere my kiddo goes. But I leave a little bag inside with my necessities, and then when I'm going somewhere without her, I just grab that so I don't have to like mess around with a bunch of, like a purse and a diaper bag and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, in my to-go bag, I've been keeping my two e.l.f. lip oils, and I really like them, the new ones that came out. A tried and a true and a must-have, in my opinion, Flirty Birdie by e.l.f. This is beautiful all over the lid in a thick coat. It's beautiful, beautiful tapped out all over the lid. Like, this is such a pretty glitter and easy to use. So competes with the Stila, and honestly, for the price, beats Stila in my eyes. I have repurchased that one many times. Okay, Thrive Mascara. I was on the subscription, and I've canceled it because it's expensive. And this just bothered me that I couldn't separate my lashes really well. It works extremely well. Like, it gives such good length, but the wand is not my favorite. I wish they would come out with the exact same formula with a different wand option. I'm right now using the Milani tubing, which honestly is quite similar in the fact that sometimes my lashes clump together. I find this formula to be a bit thinner and wispier. So for volume, I actually prefer the Thrive. But this is cheaper, but I have one complaint. This one is harder to get off, which does irritate me. I can't lie, that irritates me. And then something I have repurchased is the One Size Liquid Liner in black. Honestly, if you have hooded eyes, this is one of the best ones I've used. It truly doesn't move around on me. I have watery eyes, I have hooded eyes. I'm not saying I've never got transfer, but I'm way less likely to get transferred when wearing this compared to any other liquid liner I have ever used, and that's saying a lot. So I have really, really enjoyed this, and I have repurchased. I have it upstairs in my makeup case right now. Some fragrance samples that I did use up. Honestly, pretty good, right? Blanche Bet by Liquid Imaginaires. This is what is so good about buying samples, and this was a pretty hefty sample. It wasn't cheap. I think I spent 20 or 30 bucks, don't quote me, but it wasn't cheap, right? But this is a pretty hefty sample. I got to really live in it and wear it. I thought I was obsessed with Blanche Bet, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it would be a dream. I need it. But the more I wore it, the more I was like, you know what? I don't think this is for me. There's just something about it. There's something about it I love and something about it I don't love. I think what I don't love about it is it's almost savory to me. It's creamy, it's lactonic, but it's almost savory. To me, for my enjoyment, what I like in fragrances, it needs to be a little sweeter. So I'm glad I purchased the sample because I could have spent a lot of money. I would never buy that, but I was gonna buy a dupe of it. That's how we roll over here, okay? But I was gonna spend like $69 on a dupe, and I'm so glad I didn't because there's just something about when I'm living in her, I'm like, you know what? She's not for me. Same with Raised Spirits by Novitus. It's so funny because I did a little spritz sample once, and I thought I really loved it. But the more I lived in it, the more I was like, I don't know. Like, I keep going back and forth because there's something about this I love. It reminds me a lot of Minuet Demi because it's like vanilla and coffee and pimento. But this one is almost a little masculine. It's very unisex, but almost a little bit masculine enough that on me, I'm just like, I don't know if I feel like me when I'm wearing it. But like smelling it here, I'm like, I do really like it. I think what I would do instead is buy a dupe of Minuet Demi because I think this one might be just slightly more peppery than I'm looking for. And then Sugar Leather. This, you guys, is so raved about, and it is pretty. It's sweet. It is very leather, and I'm not really a leather girl. But truly, if you have anything Killian Angel Share, similar dupes, Camra, Oksha, anything Angel Share, this is so similar in the dry down. In the opening, you really get the leather, which makes it a bit different and unique. I did get a compliment wearing this. It's Angel Share in the dry down. There's a couple spritzes in here. I don't want to be wasteful. Very appley, spicy, Thanksgiving-y vibes. And then Vanilla Woods. Oh, why not here? I'm just going crazy. I already have on 2 perfumes, but I have a full bottle of Vanilla Woods. That tells you the sample sealed the deal. No, I already had it. I love Vanilla Woods by 7 Virtues. It's so good. It is hair, vanilla, caramel goodness. Love it. I smell like Christmas time. Okay, you guys, that is everything in here. That is my empties for 2023. I feel great closing out this chapter, but I always love closing out, getting rid of all the empties, not carrying the trash into the new year. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you guys in my next video. As always, please try to stay positive because at the end of the day, that is truly all we can try to do. Mwah! Bye-bye.